Right, so on a previous video, I showed you how to, or just talked you through, hello, I talked through how to get the door card off everything on a Fiesta. So it's 2009. I'm just changing the wing mirror. So I thought this time I'll actually do it all step by step. It's not that complicated, and if you've done car doors before, then it shouldn't really be anything that you couldn't do. It's quite straightforward. Bit of trim, some trim tools, that sort of stuff might help. This car is a high mileage car. I'm not so worried about scratches and things. Not the trim might rattle and stuff a little bit. It's not meant to be a minter. So if I was doing this on a different car, then maybe I would really pay attention to the clips and get them things sorted as well. First thing though, that was the rubber come off. I'm talking through how to do it. Then behind here, there's a little. It's hard to. I'm not going to move the camera. Behind here is a little cover, and on the other side it was a pain. Is it going to pain to put it back in again? Oh, I scratched it. The pain to get in, it's a pain to get out. It's just a bit of a pain. Oh, I've really scratched that lot. Don't know if you can see on the. There you go, look. Scratch on there. So be careful. It seems to be there. The way to do that is you've got 3 prongs on it. So it's north, east and south. It seemed to me that it liked to be pushed in on the east bit, so it popped forward, which gave you the back that you can lift out. So that's probably where to do that. Avoid yourself a scratch. Then we've got a T20, which I think I used to put that back on the last side. T20 in here, behind that cover. Oh. Donut. So what should I do next? I'll tell you what. I've got a T25 and a T20. Here on this car, again a trim tool. Oh man, this always feels really bad because you're basically bending a bit of plastic. You can see that there. Just bending this bit of plastic, and it just feels like it's just going to break. And a trim tool would be the right thing to use on this, especially with this one because it's so stubborn, it's so tight. It doesn't want to come off. Oh, that's why. Should do this when it's dark. This silver, obviously in this light, it's not as obvious. I didn't do that scratch, that wasn't me. There's dark grey here, and there I was trying to lever out the actual door card piece. Can you see that under there? Camera, get down a little bit. So that is not connected, or is connected to this piece. You've got to get your between. See, it's now popping out easier. It's not popping out at all. If something will pop out easier, then I love it. When I did the other side, it was a bit awkward, but it came away. Because I'm doing a full video on this side, I don't want it. There you go. Interesting. So there are, you can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4 plastic clips with metal like tines on them. Little grips. 3 of them have stayed on the door, and 1 of them's come on the piece of plastic. Now, I'm not sure what that means really. Generally speaking, I mean, I've actually managed to get that right in. I managed to get that right into where the little hole is here, but generally one clip breaks, you can miss out on doing another. But it does look like there's actually a little bit of a hole in there, and you can potentially get the screwdriver up inside and take that bit of trim off. Anyway, I've done it now. Right, so as I said earlier, 225 is in there, and it was the last one I used when I put the other one back on again, which it wasn't. The last one I used was 25. So deep in this hole. No, let's go up here just for a bit of entertainment, right? Says with 225 there, and it's seated that time. And that's another 225 in there. I kind of wish that was completely magnetic, but I don't think it is. Is it magnetic? No. Right, so that's the 25s, two of them, and then we have a 220. In fact, this set I've got here is magical. It's branded as a Sealy set, and you've got I always get this wrong. I can't remember if it's half, 3/8, whatever. But you've got a socket adapter for the larger size, and you've got one for the smaller size. So it doesn't matter really what size you've got, because sometimes you're doing things like on the Discovery, you're using the bigger Torx bits, and you need a bit more leverage. So it's good that you've got both of those in there, and it ranges. You've got the really long, that long piece there, and then you've got a smaller one. You've got a bit more tighter space. So you've got all those in there. You've got star bits. I'll try and show you that. Yeah. So you've got all that in there, and it's a quite nice little compact bit of kit. I only bought that probably a couple of years ago. Sealy AK219. So, Sealy, if you want to give me some thanks for this and some freebies afterwards, I'm more than happy to accept them. Obviously, it doesn't work like that. Right, you might be able to tell now, slightly off camera. I started in this corner. It's literally just clips, and it feels like it really just doesn't want to come off. It's scary. There you go, door card is now off. And then at the top here, it's seated into there. This kind of guide should work if you want to take up any door card, really. They're all very, very, very similar. That has just come off the door frame. I've taken the door cards off of Jaguar XF. I've taken the door cards off I took the whole door to pieces. I completely stripped a Clio once. Why does that come all the way out there? Really, does that happen? And now it has. Right, that's it. It's that window rubber. So then the top of there is a little ledge, a little ridge under here that clips into here. That holds the door on, and it sort of almost like flips up and away. If you want to take this door card off, there's a clip. Can you just make that out on there? There's a clip there, look. And that takes out, what even is it? Speaker. You've got another clip going into the window down there. I'm not going to take it off. And then you've got, it's a bit like a bike, a cable that opens the door, does the door pull. But I won't show that. What I do need to show you, oh, here we go. That's it there. That's the plug for the wing mirror. You possibly, it can't be, it's got to be covered by there. So there's no way you're going to be able to get in behind that door card and get that undone. So you can probably come in the side, but once you've got to the fact of getting it away, those 3 screws, that's all it is that's holding that door card on. Get the 3 screws off and then it's dead easy, he says as he breaks the clip. Right, that's that out. Then you've got a rubber grommet on this side. On the other side, what I did was push the rubber grommet through, look. There you go. Right, so now that's free. I've got I think it was a 12mm, or was it 13? Let's go with 13, let's risk it for a biscuit. 13mm. Are we doing up or? I'm doing. So you can see the angle up there. Actually, let's not be too confident there. On the other side, I think I mentioned that the nut dropped inside, which I'll show you on this, how you can get that out. And I might need to do it anyway, but I'm just going to hold the weight of the wing mirror from the outside of the car and use the inside here just to try and do it without. So I'm just feeling the nuts. Oh, go on. I think the amount of effort that it was to, or it would be, to take this go on, the amount of effort to take or to try and repair this mirror, because it's been hit I think a few times. There we go. Because it's been hit a few times, to repair it I think it would have just been not as good anyway. Probably take a lot of effort, more effort than changing it. So now it's off, just that's it, one nut and out it comes. Okay, it's hard to see still, so I'm going to just hang that over there. I'm going to go around the other side of it. Just to try and see, because I've got to get that plug. Let's get the plug out and the grommet out. You see that? So the plug has just gone through the hole. The grommet already went, and I'm putting it. I mean, I don't want being so sedate with this really. It's no good. It's deed. There you go. It's a bit like if you do like a wild nature thing. Look, look at my kill. I've destroyed her. Right, just off camera. I'm not going to show you, but yes. So on the other side of the car, again, you wouldn't do that, would you? I've got a metallic torch. I've stuck it to the car. There's only scrapes and bumps. Doesn't really matter. But on the outside, where that mirror mounts, the other side it's quite corroded. So there has been some water getting in behind there where they've been hit. And you know, if it was a much better car, then you would spend more time getting that rust off, making it really, really clean and tidy, and tidying up behind what's there. But you know, if it was a really, really clean and tidy car, you wouldn't have bought it with broken wing mirrors, would you? So this will do for a potential first-time car for somebody, a car that's going to be, you know, knocked about a bit. Certainly, I did my first new car, my first car. I think it lasted 3 months before I smashed it. Yeah, you want to make sure that it looks nice. someone can enjoy it, but it won't be long. It might be a couple of years until this thing ends up in the scrappy. Right, so I just didn't say there, plug. It's got again, it came with a rubber grommet on it, so that's going to go through the hole. The grommet is obviously too big for the hole on the outside as well, but hopefully I can get my finger in and feel around where that plug is. If not, I'll show you another way. Go on. No. Well, what I shall do, so what I don't want to do, I'm probably more worried about damaging the, normally I'd be worried about damaging the paintwork of the car, but I'm probably more worried about damaging my new mirror. And it isn't bad, 55 quid delivered. If you bought the it comes with the indicator bulbs, it comes with the like the indicator reflectors, it comes with the new mirror glass, the whole bracket and everything, and the mirror caps that come primed. That was surprising. When you do this for a video, you'd expect that I would almost guarantee to drop the nut on the way off or on the way on. Right, so I can't see or feel where that is. So what I'm going to do now is, let me move that to one side like this. Let's see. Right, so I've got me, what was it, 20. It might be a 25 actually, but can you see? No, you can't see, it's off camera. Slightly further down there. Brilliant. Whoops, I just went to adjust or check my adjustment on my camera, see how long the video had been so far, and realised that when I showed you the speaker removal, I managed to turn the camera off. So you didn't see that. All it was, you've got 320, or I use a 20, I think it's probably more of a 25. In fact, let's check that now. Yeah, the 25s. So 325s. There's a great big hole behind where the speakers come out. I'll show you me putting them back in again. But 325s, you've got a big hole here for the speaker as well. So if you wanted to upgrade, put better speakers in, you've got a nice big hole here. You just need to get a speaker adapter loom, so 4 pins on that to change the speakers. You've got tweeters in the doors here behind the handles as well. So if you wanted to upgrade your speakers, you could probably just get some plug and play jobs for that. What I took the speaker off for, I've then poked the thing back through here. It's a bit more stub on this side than the other one, but that's through. You've got a nice tight fit on the grommet and clipped it straight back in there. I went round to the other side where the driver's handle is, just to check the mirrors, and the mirrors work both sides still, so we're good to reassemble. Right, so on the speaker you've got a little clip on the top in here. You want to see what it looks like, but it's 4 pins to go with this 4 connectors. That goes in. There's actually little plastic mounting lugs as well for the speaker. So if you were to replace them, in fact, actually, let's have a look on the back here. Yes, those rings are really good for a nice seal into the door. Ford Moco on the back, and they are 25 watt speakers. Yeah, they could definitely be. They're not very heavy, so you'll definitely get a benefit if you upgraded those. But yeah, you then wouldn't have the ring. So there's probably a ring manufacturer out there. So someone like Autolead or somebody might be able to do a fitting kit for that, and it's worth it, I would have thought, because you've got a good bit of depth here. I mean, that's just about as big as, what's that? I don't know. Yeah, even like a socket. So there's that much depth, a socket's depth of plastic mounting plus the depth of the speaker, so you can get some nice speakers in there. I'm not even, so I've got the long 25 Torx, and I'm not even sure it's worth doing it much tighter, because you're only going plastic on plastic, and that's pretty much bitten as far as it's going to go. I mean, you can probably shoot me and tell me I'm wrong, and then what I should do is eliminate all rattles. But then I'd say to you, this is a 2009 Fiesta with 186 something thousand miles on the clock. Rattles from the door speakers are probably the least thing to worry about. They're rattled somewhere else. Right, where's the other hole? Because that wasn't it. Working in the dark is definitely an interesting way to work on a car. What we haven't had yet is this light going out. It only lasts us a few hours, and I've not got a clue when I last charged it. So, speakers in. What have I forgotten? I've got bits over here. I've got 3 screws. Well, I don't seem to have one here. Maybe this is still in the door. But there is a third screw somewhere to hold the door card on. That should be it. Yeah, so to put it back on again, I'm going to have a quick check actually. Oh, there you go, tweeter cable. So I took that off. Just need to plug that back in again. I don't remember taking that out. Maybe I did. Maybe I'll have to look back on the video and find out where I put it. Anyway, I'm just going to inspect behind here and see what it's like little yellow clips on the door card. And they're actually all still intact, all of them, which is surprising. The other side, I must have dented 1 or 2. I'm not going to prove it by showing you, because you'll trust me, right? Why would I lie to you? What will happen though is if you don't get it lined up just right, it works itself out there. Look. When you start trying to smash it back in again, so I started trying to bang around the sides now, and they're not quite lined up. That's where I'm going to get a problem. Like that first one's gone in. You've probably heard that just click in. So it clicked in with ease, so I think we're good to go round the rest of the door. Right, around you go. And the job of those is not really to hold it, well it is to hold it, but that's not the main thing. When you grab this, when you close the door and open the door, that's the thing you're grabbing, so that's why you've got 2 right either side of where your hand would go, plus the one on there to hold that piece in. Yeah, speaking of which though, I've lost a screw. Now the idea is you're meant to finish with at least 1 more, and if you have none left over, you've done a great job. But in this case, I know that would be a lie, because I'm missing a screw. Oh, don't over tighten them, because it's the distribution of the force. So behind the handle with 2 screws in it, it's the bit that holds it on. If you do it too tight, it's basically plastic going onto a plastic mount into the metal door. So it's plastic on plastic with a screw in it. So if you over tighten it, it will just strip it so easily. I'm sure there'll be torque settings somewhere to give you the exact spec, but I'm not that anal. It's on. Oh, look at that. A little bit of silver trim that I just thrown one of the clips off was hiding my other screw. I did put it there. I knew I wouldn't have lost it. Right, so that's my 25 piece done. Back onto the 20. Oh, that'd be annoying, wouldn't it? Done all this work. I managed to get a scratch, but that's it. I'm going to move that onto there. Oh, I don't know. So even if it fell off and I dropped it, it looks like there's a... That's in. It'd be a hugely disappointing sign to drop that screw inside the door cover. That's on. So what did I say about the clip the last time? I said it likes to go in. And, right, so if I try that theory again. So you've got the long tine that goes sort of like the east location. And then, oh, look at that. There you go. That is how you remove those bits. They can often be annoying. Push it in east, gives you a flap, and then you lock it back in again. It's quite clever. Not obvious. Yeah, that's that then. And the last part to the inside is just clicking this back on. I don't know if you heard on the camera, when I waved it and waggled it, one of those metal things came off. Which way round are they? It's there. Right, that's like that. So that's like that. There we go, right. Battered. And a nice little lump of plastic moved out the way there by my screwdriver. Let's try and tidy that up a little bit. Yeah, I could have, should have taken more care of that, but yeah, it's scratched and marked anyway before I even touched it. Wasn't me. Right. I'm a hobbyist, by the way, in case you wasn't too clear about that. I do this for fun, and then I sell the cars ever so often. I get one, and then I sell it. So it's not really here to be a customer car or anything like that. Right, this is the other mirror that I've got on here. It's still a little bit, yeah, I think I want to do it again. But, I'm not sure whether you can see from the inside there, maybe if you can hear me, the plastic clips in. Oh, you idiot. Right, it just clips in. You'll know. Line it up, wait, take your time, wobble it. What did I forget to do? I hand tightened the mirror on, but didn't fully finish it. So I'm taking the weight of the mirror with my left hand outside. There's a lot more. before. Right, so now that's on. Much better. Oh. There you go. Right, and then we should, you should be able to just fold the mirror in. So there's a spring. Mirrors. That is how you change the mirror door Fiesta.